When the narcissist boss realizes you're becoming more popular and respected than them. How to stay ahead without getting banned. That's the title of this video. A narcissist boss doesn't just want control. They crave admiration. The moment they notice that the spotlight is shifting towards you, their internal alarm starts screaming. It can happen quietly. Coworkers start asking you for advice instead of them. Your name pops up in meetings as the go-to person. Senior managers praise your work publicly. At first, they might smile and act proud, but deep inside, the panic begins. Wait, are they the new favorite? What if people realize they don't need me anymore? The fear of being replaced, not by a rival, but by a competent, likable subordinate, is the narcissist's worst nightmare. And that's when their tactics evolve from pity to poisonous. Let me give you a small story, the turning point. For 2 years, Clara worked under a volatile but charming manager, Luke. She kept her head down, did great work, and earned a quiet reputation for solving problems fast. Then at a department meeting, the regional director said, Clara's process improvement idea saved us thousands. Brilliant work. Everyone clapped. Clara smiled modestly, but she noticed Luke's face hardened like stone. That night, Luke sent her 3 urgent revisions to redo, due by morning. The next week, he stopped inviting her to leadership huddles. That was the moment Clara realized her success had triggered his fear. What happens next? That is the new phase of narcissistic warfare. When a narcissist boss sees your influence growing, they go into image protection mode. So I'm going to give you the main counterattacks translated into simple terms and the smart ways to neutralize each one. The first tactic is the invisible cage. They'll start restricting your exposure, keeping you away from higher ups, clients, or important meetings. You might suddenly not be needed at presentations where you used to contribute. They're trying to cut your microphone before you can outshine them publicly. That's the translation. Now, the counter move here is to ask for clarity, but keep it polite. You can ask, I noticed I wasn't included in the last update call. Would you like me to send my section separately? Then you can copy senior stakeholders on updates when appropriate. Keep sharing short progress summaries. Quick update on our team's deliverables. We are on track for Friday. Thanks. Now, visibility is power. Keep it professional, short, and factual. Tactic number 2 is character assassination. That is the whisper campaign. They might start telling subtle half-truths or rumors. Yeah, she's good, but a bit too ambitious. Yes, he's smart, but not a team player. They are just lucky I had to fix most of their work. Now, the translation here is that they are trying to poison your reputation before it outgrows theirs. The counter move here is to build horizontal alliances, genuine friendships, and professional respect with peers. Let your work do the talking. Share results, share metrics, and milestones publicly. Team emails, dashboards, and meetings. Never defend yourself emotionally. Facts and consistent professionalism will dismantle gossip faster than arguments. The second story is about the rumor shield. When Raj's boss started whispering that Raj was difficult, Raj didn't fight back. Instead, he made sure his communication with everyone was clear, polite, and documented. He also offered help to others generously. Within 2 months, everyone saw through the lie because the rumors didn't match reality. The other tactic is sudden micromanagement. When popularity shifts, they'll try to reassert dominance with control. You'll start hearing, copy me on everything. Run that by me first. I'll take over that meeting. Now, the translation here is that they are panicking. Micromanagement is their way of pulling you back under their thumb. The counter move here is to mirror calm professionalism. Sure, I'll copy you for visibility. Keep your updates short, clear, and undeniable. If they interfere too much, document inefficiencies. Following your direction, for instance, you can say, following your direction to recheck all files. Expected delay is 2 days. Confirming that's acceptable. Now, micromanagers hate accountability. Force them to own their interference. Now, the other tactic the narcissist boss will do when they know you are outshining them. You're getting more respect than them. They believe that you're getting the praise they need, the praise that they believe it's theirs. They'll start publicly undermining you. They'll interrupt you. They'll correct you unnecessarily. They'll make sarcastic remarks in front of others. It is psychological warfare. They want to remind the room who's the boss. So the counter move here is to stay calm. Don't flinch. Redirect attention to the content. Yes, that's a fair point. The data still shows we hit 92% efficiency, which aligns with our target. If possible, thank them neutrally and continue. Thanks for highlighting that. Moving on to the next slide. Now, why does this work? Bullies crave reaction. When you stay factual and poised, they lose the drama fuel and you look stronger. Tactic number 5 is emotional traps. Suddenly, they'll act hurt or disappointed, saying things like, "You've changed, you used to be loyal, I thought you were a team." This is a guilt warfare, manipulation disguised as disappointment. The counter move is acknowledge but don't apologize for growth. I value the team and always want to do my best work for the company. End the conversation politely. You owe them competence, not emotional caretaking. Now, what is the psychology behind it? There's the fear of obsolescence. There's the fear of obsolescence. Now, let's decode what is really going on with that narcissist. What is this warfare all about? A narcissist boss survives on status hierarchy. They need to be the smartest. They need to be the most admired. They need to be the most essential person in the room. So when you become more respected, they feel invisible. They fear that one day people will look to you instead, and that makes them desperate. They may even try to copy your style. They may try to dress like you, to use your phrases, to mimic your leadership tone. It's flattery with a dose of identity theft. But that's your sign. The student has outpaced the self-proclaimed master. Now, let me give you a story about the copycat. Alicia noted her boss, Darren, started using her exact presentation format and even her jokes. Instead of confronting him, she quietly kept innovating new visuals, fresh talking points. He could copy last week's version, but not this week's update. Within months, senior leaders saw that Darren was repeating her ideas late. They promoted Alicia to a cross-functional role. Now, the lesson here is to keep moving forward, outgrow them so fast that they can't keep up. Now, the power tactics to stay popular and protected. Here is how to enjoy your growing influence without triggering total war. Power move number 1 is to be generous with credit. When praised, include others. It was a team effort. You can mention the boss's name, that they supported the process. That small mention cools their ego flare up and keeps them from seeing you as a threat for now. So you lose nothing and you buy peace. The power move number 2 is to strengthen side visibility. Keep in touch with mentors, senior managers, or cross-team leaders. Volunteer to lead small initiatives that involve multiple departments. Present facts and wins on behalf of the team, not just yourself. This builds a reputation beyond your boss's control. Power move number 3 is to manage optics. Stay humble, smile, don't brag. Your likability is your armor, but arrogance is the trap they hope you'll fall into. If they can't beat your competence, they'll try to paint you as cocky. So keep saying, I am still learning. We are all improving together. I appreciate the team's input. Those phrases frustrate narcissists because they remove fuel from their competition fire. Power move number 4 is to document praise and results. Keep a positive feedback folder. Every compliment email, performance metric, client thank you, save it. That's your insurance if they ever turn HR against you later. It is not vanity, it's protection. Power move number 5 is to stay predictably calm. Your boss will provoke you to reclaim attention, maybe through sudden criticism or sarcasm. Never give them the satisfaction of seeing you flustered. Thanks for the feedback, I'll look into it. Then keep working. They can't compete with someone who refuses to play the emotional game. Then you should know when to transition. That is winning by moving on. Sometimes your growth becomes too threatening for them to tolerate. They might try to block promotions or isolate you completely. That's your signal, not that you failed, but that you've outgrown your cage. Now, let me give you a story about the final rise. Jude's manager went from praise to sabotage after Jude received an award. Instead of fighting endlessly, Jude built quiet alliances and kept records. When a director role opened in another division, Jude's reputation spoke louder than the boss's smear campaign. He moved up and out. The boss stayed behind, surrounded by fear and flattery. Sometimes winning means walking out with your head high and your record spotless. So the conclusion here is to rise without rivalry. If your narcissist boss sees you becoming more admired, remember, the insecurity isn't your burden to carry. You don't have to dim your light. You just have to shield it wisely. So stay visible but humble. Be strategic, not reactive. Build allies quietly and document everything. In time, their envy will consume them, but your calm consistency will elevate you. Because in every workplace ruled by ego, the person who keeps their composure always wins the long game. Now, let me give you a quick recap on the popularity protection plan. Now, their tactic is to exclude you. What they are doing is to hide your visibility. So your counter move should be to share short updates and to stay in the loop. Their tactic is rumors. What they are doing is to smear your image. Your counter move is to build allies and stay factual. The other tactic is micromanagement. What they are doing is to reclaim control. Your counter move is to mirror calmness and confirm instructions. Now, their tactic is public undermining you. And what they are doing is to humiliate you for dominance. Your counter move should be to stay factual, to redirect to data. Now, their other tactic is emotional guilt, to guilt you emotionally, to guilt trip you emotionally. And what they are doing is to manipulate loyalty. Your counter move is to be polite, to stay professional. Their tactic will be to copy you. What they are doing is to mimic success, and your counter move is to keep innovating quietly. Remember, you don't have to out-yell or out-scheme a narcissist boss. You just have to outlast them with grace, with intelligence, and with calm power. Your respect and popularity are earned. Theirs is borrowed, and borrowed power always runs out. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you've learned a thing or two. Remember, knowledge is power, information is power, and learning is the superpower. Thank you.